seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. All I do is dream about you, baby. All I do is dream about you. Remember when you loved me? I loved you, and then you left me alone. You know I'd always come back home. We can't pretend that this is the end, baby. All I do is dream about you.
That's right, my boy Burqueños in the casa.
I can't seem to shake you,
Shout out to Brenda Love.
baby.
Shout out to all the raza. It's the Wednesday night show.
I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. Save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you. Tangled up in you.
My.
I can't seem to shake you,
Orale Cultura Cafe. I said, my boy.
baby.
The after party food 209. That's right.
I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. And I will save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you. Tangled up
That's right. We're live every Wednesday night. Don't forget to hit that like.
tangled up in you.
The People's Channel, Gilgo.
Tangled up in you.
That's right. Gracias for everyone that's tapping in. All the raza in the comments section. You already know who you are. I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like. It's the Wednesday night show. Gule. That's right. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe at the same time. That's right. We'll get the chat up right now. We got a lot to talk about. But the first thing I want to say is Happy Valentine's Day. And of course, I'm going to say it first, so I got to say it to my Valentine, cabrones. Happy Valentine's to Miss Chicano Tube. Man, how many Valentines do we have now? Over 20 years of Valentines. And she's been telling the story, if you haven't already heard. She's been jumping on different podcasts, especially Mi Hermana from Another Mother. Shout out to Jen Magana. And everyone that's on that panel, respectfully, appreciate you guys. So again, happy Valentine's Day. We're going to get into a lot of things. And then I'll put up the chat up right now, gente. So let me go ahead and go over there right now. Let me get this chat up. Espérate un segundo. Even though I can't hear you on my PC. I'm going to turn this down. I don't want to hear the PC, man. All right, here it is. All right, let me get this up. Hold on, cabrones. And then at least give me a quick sound check. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know everything's sounding okay. Please, por favor, do that. I can't hear you on my P. All right. At least you let me know that before we get into it, because I'm going to give you guys fight updates. We're going to get into it. There's always a lot to talk about, man. We could be talking about these things hours and hours long podcasts. Pero no va a ser tan largo. I mean, I know a lot of people do 4 or 5 hours podcast. Hey, do what you do. You got the time. My plate is too full, man. It really is too full. Let me see. Yep, that one up there. Beautiful. All right, now I can see the chat. Now I can see the wonderful gente. And let's go ahead and get into it. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to me, Amor, that's watching. Or maybe she's not. I don't know. But happy Valentine's Day over to her as well. And I appreciate all the day oneers. I appreciate everyone in the members only. The backbone of the community. So that's who they are. The backbone of the community. So I appreciate you. And you know what? Let's go ahead and start it off this way. How about we start it off on a good note? On top of everything else, they want this.
I'll go ahead and take him out in the second round.
Just know that you are going to feel what's coming from this side.
You're not going to see much, I'll tell you that.
I'm glad that he knew that that mask was going to fly off. And if I win, I'm keeping the mask, eh?
All right, so what do you think about that trailer? It's coming up real soon, March 2nd. I got some fight updates. First update I'm going to give is this. This Friday night, you're going to see the thumbnail. I'm having David from I don't want to chop his name up. I don't want to chop the name. This is Tezcatlipoca. Tezcatlipoca. Azteca Danza. Out of San Jose. He's going to be on here. And guess what kind of podcast it's going to be? Completely educational. Completely going to tell you all about your indigenous side. If you have one, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I got one. Mi abuelita, 4 feet tall, chaparrita, Oaxaca. I mean, not Oaxaca, she was from Jalisco, but morena, las trenzas casi pegando el piso. So I know I got indigenous blood in me. So David from Tezcatlipoca Azteca Danza is going to be here, and all we're going to talk is Aztec history. You're going to know when that thumbnail hits that it's going to be a really good show. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. Testing, 1, 2. All right. Let me see if you can hear me. How does that sound? I just need someone to hear me on the other end. How's that sound? Executive producer just told me about the echo. So echo free, let's keep it moving. Tezcatlipoca Azteca Danza is going to be here this Friday night, 7 o'clock. Okay, that's going to be all information. 100%. 1,000%. Testing. All right. Testing. 1, 2. All right. Just tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me, and tell me if the echo went away. East Bay, NorCal, that's right, my boy. Just tell me if you can hear me, and tell me if the echo went away. Just give me an echo free. Echo free. Am I echo free? I'm double echo? Oh, chingado. Cholo sin barrio says I'm double echo. I'm trying not to be cabron. Am I double echo? Still, they said still, he said, cabrón. Still, he said. Testing 1, 2. It's probably these pinchy browsers that I have open. Testing 1, 2. Sounds good now? Ask Angel, can I go forward? I got a lot to talk about. Y aquí está la gente telling me, do this, do that. Everything's wrong. How am I everything's wrong and I'm in a professional studio? Echo free? All good? Yeah. All right, we got the thumbs up. Yes, cabrones. God is good. That's the enemy. I rebuke you, cabrón. All right, perfect. So again, let's go to the formalities. Gracias all the day wonders. Gracias to all the Chicano channels. You know who you are. Tony A, even AC. I want to see him get in the ring. Maybe they won't. Why are we taking this long? Give me a call. It won't settle things, but we can put respect back in place. No, I'm just kidding. That's a promoter inside of me. Speaking of promoter, I'm going to show this. How about this? How do you guys like the poster? Saturday, March 2nd, 2024, 6 o'clock. Here's the official poster. And I've been putting out links, QR codes, links as easy as possible for you guys to order the pelea. It's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. And shout out to everyone that is getting the limited VIP tickets. So if you want a limited VIP ticket, then text the text line, or you can call the text line, and we can get you all that information, once you go through security. Anyways, we ain't going to talk about the Super Bowl. Let's just let that go. Rigged and scripted, let's just let that go. For a lot of the people that send me, I feed off of that IG. You know what I mean? That footage you guys send me, that content you guys send me. So the IG, gracias for sending me all that information about the Niners, whatever. But guess what, gente? The worst part about it is that we don't got nothing for 6 months. That's the worst part. I ain't even going to say your team did this, your team did that. I'm going to say this. The worst part is we got 6 months of no football. And what do men want? Men want football year-round. Anyways, so the how to order video is coming soon. And the limited tickets are still available, but very, very few. Now let's get into it. Now let's keep it pushing. South LA's in the casa. Órale, my boy. That's right, my boy. South LA's in the casa. East Bay, NorCal. That's right. El Skinny's in the casa. Anyone side betting? Side bet all you want. I can't cover that. Why? Because it ain't in my pool. No te creas. No, I don't. Yo no ni meto ningún pinche dólar a the machines or anything like that. All right, let's keep it pushing now. All right, now we got all that out of the way. All right, let's talk about, there's a Justice 8 update. Okay, here you guys sending me these clips on IG. Again, the bail was denied. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but this is an interesting topic. This is a hot topic. It's been taking over the internet. You've got people on both sides of the coin, some basing it on footage, evidence, and others saying if you don't back them, you ain't raza, period. You're out the ranfla right away if you don't back them. And all I'm here to do is talk about what the facts are. So what happened? The recent update, they got denied bail again. But Alex and Wendy get caught on a three-way, allegedly, discussing the case. And Alex says he didn't know that wasn't allowed. Now, I guess I'm assuming that he doesn't know these judicial things, but this is how these things work. You have co-defendants inside of trial, gente. You just have to know that mofos are going to conspire and try to move things and intimidate things and do other things, allegedly, if you let them talk. So here's the question. There needed to have been a protective order against the communications from happening. Unless there was no protective order between this defendant and this defendant, then communication can't happen. And if communication can't happen, then they threw him in the hole for 12 days for nothing. Again, if you're not familiar with this case, Alex Eden enamorado. Pues, hoy es el día de los enamorados. And it's called the Justice 8. Just look it up. Okay, there's a lot of footage that a lot of the protests, they ended up throwing chingazos. They ended up throwing punches, and they got Alex and others on camera saying, good, that's what he gets. Putting people down, kind of like a hostage situation, like get on your knees, I'm going to execute you. I'm just talking about what's on the internet. You guys don't see it? Am I the only one that sees those? So again, I try to get the whole picture before I speak out of time, and more details are coming out. So recently, they just slammed him down. My question has always been with the Justice 8, because he is not a U.S. citizen, will he do like a tour of everything? Like, well, are they going to take him to the state, the feds, and then they're going to throw him to INS? I mean, that's the worst they can do. And so if you're for Free the Justice 8, drop a comment. Free the Justice 8. If you're like, let justice be justice, then let justice be justice. Now, I do know this. Is the system 100% flawless? No, it's not. Does it got holes in it? Yes, it does. A lot, cabrón. Money talks and BS takes the bus. We already know that. That's been proven. I know it from here. One of my amigas that passed away, rest in peace, Rosie Figueroa. She got murdered. And the guy that did it to her came from high-end upscaleville. I'm not going to say the city. You research it on your own if you want to. And what happened to the individual? He turned himself into... This is what happens con dinero. Matas a alguien. You show up to a rehab for 90 days, and guess what? The newspapers stay quiet about it, and it disappears. We scream justice. We go on change.org and start affidavits for justice, at least for the district attorney to open it. That's the only just thing. And guess what happens? The judge makes a statement saying there were many errors conducted that transpired in this case. And that's all? That's all you're going to say? So again, I know you can come up on the short end of the stick, man. He's in there, he's fighting it. And then I wonder if if it's a nightmare for him. And if you know what I know is he has to lace up his boots because then we're in California and you usually can't run by yourself. I'm just going to leave that at that. I know Flyboy Inc., I heard him lately. He was getting some things off his chest. White people hate, white people knock. Again, is that mentality? If you ain't cafe, you ain't backing them up, you ain't cafe. Is that mentality? Because that ain't going to fly too long. Because over here, we don't run in packs. Everyone that I knew and grew up with is strong enough to stand alone. So we don't really need to go with the crowd. We don't need to be persuaded by newspaper articles and TV, or if we're going to hurt someone's feelings for saying what we believe in. You know, that ain't going to happen. But anyway, let's keep it pushing. I actually shared a clip continuing about politics, if you want to continue about politics. These are local politics now. These are Salinas politics now. I shared a clip. It was at the recent Salinas City Council meeting. Now, I used to watch them. I used to watch the city council meetings. I know I sound like a pinchy nerd, huh? I was a nerd for like 2 or 3 years. I would just watch the council meetings because I wanted to know every time something was happening in my city or proposed money was going to get moved around, allocated in my city, because I know you can make a difference. Put them boots on the ground. Try. Steve McShane, I think he's District 1 or 2. I mean, I think that's Memorial Hospital, South Salinas District. Very, very well manicured side of town. I ended up paying Little League one time on that side of town, man. Shout out to South Salinas and Monterey Park. So he recently said him and the other city councilmen in Salinas, they got into it. They started throwing at it. Boom, boom, boom. About what? McShane's telling this guy, he's telling him, you keep lowering the budget for PD overall. We're already 50% staffed only in the city. 50% staffed. What does that mean? When you call, no one's showing up. And we can't offer, this is what McShane's saying, and we can't offer competitive wages, so no one wants to join the PD. We can't get new officers to come on board to protect the people when the people need protection, because on the other end, there's a gentleman who kind of campaigned and rallied around the old, outdated, never going to work concept of defund the police and take all their money. Let's take it back to the barbaric days, I guess. If you're strong, we'll know, because you'll be the king of your block. And if you ain't strong, guess what happens? You get chewed up. How does that make sense? Barbaric. What happens if there ain't a male? I'm just keeping it real. Don't get mad at me. So he was saying that, McShane was saying that, he goes, it would look as if we don't support the PD. And the other guy, here's a raza. So here's a perfect example of just because they got a raza last name and they're brown skin, that you shouldn't just go falling over the cliff and following them and tumbling just because they're tumbling down the cliff too. I'm not going to say his name, But he says, well, I try to look for solutions. And I don't say it like you just said it right now. You sound so this and you sound so that. You're throwing empty mud. You're throwing mud with no substance. We're looking at statistics and numbers of crimes that are happening. And guess what's happening less? Less and less responses to these crimes. I don't know. You guys are going to get upset at me about keep talking politics, man. Hit that one, man. Don't forget to hit that like and hit that subscribe. It's St. Valentine's Day. Well, I said it like in Spanish. El Día de San Valentín. Para todos que hablan español, okay? Because esto es Chicano Tube, okay? Hablamos español. Y sí podemos hablar español. Y no es un español mochado. No es un español que vienen y aprenden. Es español. Let's keep talking English, though. Around the holidays, I had mentioned, you guys had sent me some IG clips. Here I go again. I just put like 3-4 clips in order. I want to talk about these things. You guys must have forgot that around the holidays, I had mentioned, but I didn't deep dive about a young man. His name is Virgilio Aguilar Mendez. And I guess now he's been busted since, I think, May. We're coming up on what? Or like 9 months? But you know how the internet works. It gets trending and it doesn't. It goes on, it goes off, and here it goes trending again. And you know what I didn't do? Is I didn't put a clip out about it, deep diving, or really break it down. So y'all must have forgot that I did that. But it's now trending again due to a change.org petition. He's detained, in my opinion, for non-probable cause reasons, and now charged with aggravated manslaughter. So what I'm going to do right now is let me go ahead and play the video. I'm going to play the video for you guys. Let's look at the whole video. I'll comment over it and in the end of it. How does that sound? Does that sound good? All right, let's try this out, okay? No technical difficulties. The devil's a liar, cabrones. All right, let's try this out.
Keep It Quilted means you keep it the best. Keep It Quilted means comfort that feels good and does good, with 5 million trees planted. For her, and for generations to come. Keep It Quilted with Quilted Northern.
Money makes the world go round, and round, and round, and round. What if we could make the world go forward? What if we could do for finance what the internet did for information?
All right, how's that look? Let's check out this video in regard to Virgilio Mendez.
Stop! 422 St. John's. 1012, single 13 PE. Hispanic male, white t-shirt, black shorts, Super 8 30 16, 3576.
Can you hear the video, guys?
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Give me a thumbs
Okay,
up if you can hear it.
why, when I was driving around... Oh, stop.
Eating.
Okay, but why did you get up and walk away?
Huh?
When you saw me, you got up and walked away. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
But you meet me here, you go for drinking.
Where are you staying?
Huh?
You don't
Where are
ever
you
say
staying?
that to the
Sleeping?
cops.
You say, yeah.
Here?
Yes.
Well, why aren't you eating inside?
Sorry.
He still doesn't have probable cause.
What?
At this point, there's no
Sorry.
probable cause yet.
Okay,
You
I've
can't
got
arrest
something
him, in
coming.
my opinion, and put
Okay,
handcuffs
do you have any
and
ID
detain
and
him
identification?
just
license?
because
What?
there's no probable cause
ID,
at this point. Can you hear it, though?
identification.
Okay, gracias.
Yeah.
In the room?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your first name?
Huh?
Your first name?
I'm sorry.
He's speaking English.
Okay, do you have any weapons on you?
Huh?
You have any weapons on you?
No.
Some
Well,
English.
you know what that is. Turn around, let me look.
No.
Turn around. Turn around.
Okay, he grabbed him.
Don't walk away from me.
No, sorry.
Don't pull away from me. I'm checking you for what? Get your hands away from your...
No.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
He doesn't understand what's going on.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Turn around. Get on the
There's
ground.
two of them.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Get on the
Can't get him
ground.
down?
I'm sorry.
Okay, they got him. They sat him down. All right, that's not the long version of it. But basically, in essence,
And now to a story I've been covering for months. Tomorrow will be the first time we see Virgilio Aguilar Mendez in court.
all right. Now let me move the chat. Hold on. So, the way I saw the video was there was not enough probable cause. This is so anytime there's no probable cause in the case, and again, gente, you don't want to resist. You don't want to resist arrest. First of all, you could end up unalived, for one. I'm not talking about whose fault that. You could argue that if you're alive and get to court with lawyers and maybe win a bag. But if you do something stupid, like no one ever talks about that, right? No one ever talks about that. My baby's an angel, it says in the obituary. And he went out, taking out like 3-4 cops with like an AK-47 with chucks and do rags and chucks in the hood. I'm just saying, let's keep this real. So if there's a reason, there's a reason. There was no probable cause at that point to detain him. You need probable cause to arrest him. You can't stop a man in his tracks just because the probable cause, he said he ran away. That's still not probable cause. That's probable cause they get stopped. Yes, I understand if you have parole, if you have probation. But was that enough to stop and detain him? Not at that point. But then the tussle started. So then there was another gentleman. He jumped in. By the end of the whole incident, there's about 6 of them. They can't get him down. The first 2 guys didn't know nothing about scrambling, any kind of technique to subdue somebody. Nothing. I mean, nothing. Let me see if I can show another video. I don't know if this one's longer or not. I'm trying to show you guys the other half. Let me see if I can show you guys the other half, all right?
El guatemalteco Virgilio Aguilar Méndez, de 18 años, es señalado de haberle provocado la muerte a un oficial de sheriff de los Estados Unidos. El connacional enfrenta cargos de homicidio involuntario agravado de un oficial, un delito grave, que en algunos casos es penalizado con cadena perpetua. También lo señalan de resistencia a un oficial con violencia, un delito grave, con hasta 5 años de prisión. El 19 de mayo, el guatemalteco se encontraba fuera de un hotel en Florida, sosteniendo su teléfono celular cuando el oficial sargento se acercó y le ordenó que se detuviera. El campesino guatemalteco, quien no habla inglés, se disculpó y señaló su hotel y dijo: comer, tienda y beber. Parecía confundido. El oficial quiso saber si Aguilar tenía algún arma y le ordenó darse la vuelta. Tomó a Aguilar del brazo y trató de revisarlo. El joven connacional continuaba disculpándose, mientras que otros oficiales lo tomaron por la fuerza para lanzarlo al suelo. Segundos después, uno de los uniformados lo electrocuta varias veces, mientras que el guatemalteco lloraba sin saber lo que pasaba. Luego de unos minutos, uno de los oficiales murió de un infarto, hecho por el cual fue detenido el guatemalteco y sindicado de 2 delitos. Un abogado contratado por la familia de Aguilar, Philip Arroyo, dijo que las imágenes muestran que su cliente fue víctima de la brutalidad policial de un arresto que nunca debería haber ocurrido. Aguilar se encuentra detenido mientras que un juez decide el monto de su fianza luego de una audiencia sobre su capacidad mental. Aguilar tiene la educación de 6º grado y no puede entender los procedimientos legales en su contra en los Estados Unidos, dijeron testigos de la defensa en la audiencia del viernes. Para Noticiero Guatevisión, Rubén Lacán.
Hands!
Hands.
Lay on your stomach.
I'm sorry, no speak English.
Lay on your stomach.
Stop.
Roll
stop.
over.
All right, so they're saying that in the end, they were kind of throwing in a little narrative saying, you know what, is no education. I guess those are little talking points to get someone a deal. You know, he's not understanding. I don't know if he spoke English in the beginning, so I take that back. He had to have understood something. He spoke English. Again, I spoke about this during the holidays. Let's not make it the whole Virgilio show, but he is in custody. One sheriff did pass away. He had a stroke. Now it's aggravated assault. Now, though, when they go back and examine the footage, if you can make it alive, cabrones, because these incidents can end bad, really, really bad. I've been on the other end of the nightstick a few times. Then you could go to court and find out there was no probable reason, and guess what? You win, and maybe you win it back. Who knows, man? But I'm glad at least he's alive. It's just a bad thing that he's behind the walls, man. Let's keep it pushing, man. Shout out to Califas Chicano 831. That's right, my boy. Sandoval's a good guy and helps his district. Don't come out with that BS about last surname. Invite him and show and have it. Good. Bro, my show is completely open. You know who's gonna come first though? Tony Virueta. He's the one. He's running for Senate. So he ain't running for no city council, okay? And as far as Sandoval, bro, you just probably have a different perspective. All due respect, cabron. I'm from the 831 all my life, born and raised. Give you all the addresses, all of it. So again, the hood don't care what anyone thinks. We care who's going to do good for the people. We don't care if these dudes are just pulling up and giving us food from the food bank once a month and think that we're going to be happy with that. We're going to be happy when families are safe. Come on, man. That's like hating your boss because he gives mean tweets, but he's lining up your pockets and giving you all kinds of bonus and extending FMLA and doing everything positive for you. Come on, my boy. But you already know what it is. The 831's in the house. That's right. That's my first couple thousand on the channel came from the 831, man. You know what? Let me make this announcement right now, too. The comedian for the Stories versus EBK fight, okay, my boy is going to be no one less, and I want you to look him up. I need you to give him a follow on IG, and I need you to give him a follow on YouTube. No one less than my boy, Jamie Bird Acosta. I need you guys to look him up. I'm going to put a flyer real soon. He's going to kill it and do a 15-minute roast session on Tony and on EBK. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be entertaining as hell. And you guys, again, that's March 2nd. There's plenty of links out there for everyone. No excuses. If you can't order it, I done gave you guys the link like 10 times, okay? You could open that up. I even gave you a QR code. If for those that don't know how to use a QR code, you get your camera on your phone, and once the camera's on, you let it autofocus on the QR code, and then the link to the QR code comes out at the bottom. Click on that. You can watch it from your phone, your laptop, smart TV. If you got a smart TV, it's the best. Then just open up a browser, and purchase it from the smart TV. That way, it gives you the link in the email. And then you could open it from there. Again, there's so many different ways. But anyways, let's keep it pushing. Someone sent me a clip saying and this is what they titled the clip, how would Lefty Gunplay do on a Thizzler cipher? This is a good one. You guys always send me some good ones. We're going to talk about it right now. To go on a Thizzler cipher, you got to have major mouthpiece. I mean, there's lyrical assassins. And some people are going to say, oh, you're just saying that because they're up north. And no, I'm not. Did I tell you guys? I told this on the members only. Today on the members only, I dropped my Chicano story part 3. Now I got to about the middle school years. And I actually mentioned that I had, and I spoke with Tony A. He says he knows them. They're his homies. I had the Spanish Fly CD. When I was like 13, 14, 15, Spanish Fly. These are harbor area rappers. And of course, they're not thinking of anyone up here. That's not the ops. That's not who they see every single day. The only ones that knew about us, that were from the Mecca down there, was the ones that were in the YTSs, YAs, or caught the bus. But anyways, I don't even know how I got into that. Cabron. Lefty Gunplay goes up there on a Thizzler. I think he gets smoked. People were putting videos of Lefty Gunplay and Band 707. They were putting out thumbnails. Let me let you know. Band 707 will absolutely obliterate to smithereens Lefty Gunplay on the mic. All due respect. With all due respect. But maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Maybe Lefty Gunplay is the next Pac. Or maybe I'm being biased and I don't know it neither. Who knows? That could be the truth too. All right, here we go. Denise Castillo, ARC, you're right. That's right. Burqueños in the casa. That's right. My boy, San Whole Life, I appreciate you. Diablos in the casa. That's right. And the after party. That's right. Califas Chicano, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. If you want to hear some old stories about the football games the neighborhoods had and all this other stuff, that's what I got the members only. It just stays on the members only. It's exclusive content. It stays over there. And the members only have VIP access to every single content creator series of fighting fight. What am I talking about? I'm talking about these. The members only for, I don't even know, what is it, $7.99? To me, it's like a $100 ticket. But $7.99 a month, you get to hear me chop it up with you guys exclusively the way we do. No filters on the members only. And you guys got the VIP access to the fight. All you got to do is confirm with me. 831, where's that phone number at? There's the phone number, 831-205-1735, the members only. That's right, my boy. That's right, my boy, Foom. Let's keep it pushing, you guys, gente. Texas, something happened out of Texas. That was crazy. Let's talk about this, man. I can't believe it's almost an hour, man. The hour flies by. Lakewood, Joel Osteen, mega church, shot up last Sunday by a man/woman. I'll try to clear that up right now. Born a woman, to my knowledge. And the weapon that was used, this is kind of where it sounds planty. I don't even know if that's a word. Like something that gets planted, something that gets set up. The person had a face like a weirdo off the top. The person, him or her, whatever you want to say, born a woman, but also Genesee or something, but also had a name Jeffrey. Genesee Jeffrey. It had to be, the cuete had to be a rifle. It had to be an AR-15. Those are really the ones that they hate. People that hate cuetes, they hate you having them. They wish the government had more than you. Or we could just, how about this, gente? Do you guys want to do our gun system like the country of Mexico? How about that? You want to do our gun system that way? You know how it happens over there? People get the misconception, oh, you can't have arms in Mexico. Yeah, you can have arms in Mexico, but guess what? It's a registration system that got you by los huevos. What do I mean? You can have 1 up to 2 registered per household. That sounds good, right? Say if you have a country of 200-300 million people, then you would think citizens of the country can have what double that would be 500 to 600 arms. And to keep it real with you, Mexico did copy the Constitution of the United States. I mean, lightweight they did. At least got the freedom, at least got the liberty and those key components, right? But anyways, that's just history. Don't get mad at me. But guess what? You have to apply to get a firearm in Mexico. And guess what percent of applicants get a firearm? There's nearly 100,000 applications every year. And less than 2% get granted. Every year. They got it all controlled. And guess what? Guess where the arms store is? How do you buy them in Mexico? You think there's just outposts in every corner and every block of every state in Mexico? They have one store where you're going to buy them in the entire country. It's a registered system. Do you want to do it that way? There ain't no freedom that way. But anyways, what was crazy was when she walked in or he walked in, they opened fire. They were already staffed up. So the people that get mad, right? Oh, man, I don't like officers and I don't want them standing at the doors. And no. I get it. There's different perspectives. I'm not saying I don't get it, even though I sound sarcastic. But if there weren't two on-duty, off-duty officers at that church, and she had a backpack, or he, of ammunition, and an AR-15 that said the name Palestine. Here's another thing, that makes you think, did this get planted? I'm just saying. It was written on the rifle, how many more bodies would there have been? Keep that real. Before you answer with your feelings and be like, no, because some people are just so damn government dependent. They live on they want the government to get bigger and their freedom to get smaller. And how do they do that? By just distracting you. You know, in this culture, there's so many systems we can get sucked in, and it'll blind us from what's really happening. Anyways, they're citing mental health issues with the individual, and they're also saying a divorce was going through or going down or something like that. I don't even know why they mentioned that. I mean, come on now. You know what I mean? You just want to throw salt? A divorce. I mean, you want to just throw salt? That's the cheese, man, right there. Anyways, I want to see what you guys think about that. It could have been worse. There could have been 30 bodies, like Uvalde. Remember Uvalde in Texas? Same thing. Someone comes in there and does a despicable act to kids. And at the same city and the city council and government, they're still arguing to not put officers. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? You got to be a complete moron where they killed 30 kids in an elementary school in your city, and because you watch Univision or Telemundo and your brain is brainwashed, you'll still go up to a pulpit and say defund the police more. Let's keep this pushing, man. 95, I had to breathe on that one. You talk about hurting kids? That hits a different button on me. Hurting kids because of politics. Same thing with the border. Some channels are they're the border channel now. The border this, the border that. I said, don't mention that damn border to me, because you want to make it sound like I'm down for brown people if I don't just want to let the floodgates. Guess what happened, gente? In the last administration, under 45, there was 20 to 30,000 monthly processed. And no, they weren't slipping through like coyotes, because he was giving them all the money they needed to rock and roll as much as they needed to. So 30 to 50,000, okay? 30 to 50,000. That's a couple 100,000 in a 4-year term. A couple 100,000 in a 4-year term. So some people will get mad at what I'm going to say next, or some people are going to get happy from what I'm going to say next. And if you want the people to pour in, well, then you're going to get happy for what I'm going to say next. In the last 3 years, we broke a record. Instead of 300,000-400,000 naturally processed on a 4-year term, they got 300,000-400,000 that came through every single month, and they got a total of over 17 million. Yes, over 17 million people have come in the last 3 years. So if that's your cup of tea, celebrate. Do what you do. Because I can give a shit about the border or who comes over. Unless you're going to talk about sex trafficking, that's my main issue. These guys that they pull up to the border in vans full of niños, there we have a problem. There, let's duke it out. There, let's talk about what's more important. I don't fall into these little quick politics, bringing this up every single 4 years. They're just using the raza. They're just using us. They're trying to use as many Chicanos as they can every single 4 years. Nos lavan and they wring us out and they throw us out to dry. But the raza ain't doing that no more. No somos pendejos. We want a better quality of life. Period. That sounds like the motto for Cadillac, huh? That sounds like the motto. Perfection. Life, love, pursuit of happiness.
Now you home with us and defend the barrio. Patos locos forever. Forever.
That's right, Robert. See, I see you, my boy. They're getting detoured to Arizona, California. Again, I'm not getting hung up on it. Some channels are the border channel. This isn't the border channel. People know that I guess it brings views or something like that. I just never had an issue. I seen the movie Born in East L.A. Remember that one?
Sorry, sir, your call can't be completed.
Help! I've been deported. I'm in Tijuana. Javier, can you hear me? Estoy en Tijuana. Javier.
Jesús está en Tijuana.
I seen that, and it was a natural part of life. Pops got taken over there 2 or 3 times. He actually got kidnapped coming over for 2 or 3 days. I got stories. So you're not talking to somebody that doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Or worse, that I went to Me Lavaron el Coco on the TV or in college. I didn't know none of that. But when these people that are out of touch try to tell us in the community still what's happening, no. We're going to tell you what's happening in our community, pendejo. You're not going to tell us. That's why we're going to be doing some election lives this year. You're going to see Tony Virueta, Karina Powers again, who's running for Central Committee, Republican National Hispanic Assembly, Central Committee in Monterey County. And then we got Tony Virueta, who's running for Senate 5. So we'll do all that because the raza don't know who to vote for. And we'll do it with our local politics first. And then we'll get into something else. All right, let's keep it pushing. You know what? Let's talk about politics just a little bit more. Someone else sent me a clip. What do you think about this? This is kind of politics too. The United Farm Workers también. The United Farm Workers, are they where they were? No, they're not. The prestige is way, way gone. Don't take it the wrong way. We got one of the headquarters right here. In Salinas, are you kidding me? Salinas, we're on the Corrida run. It's between us all the way to Yuma, Arizona. So miss me with that. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. When the headquarters was right behind the continuation school, right here on Pajaro Street. I went to that in 94. But anyways, that's in the members only story. Speaking of politics, have you seen that the modern day UFW are 100% leaning in one direction and endorsing everyone from one political party? What does that mean, gente? I'm just putting it out there. What does it mean when an organization that's supposed to represent a large conglomerate of people posts nothing but certain parties' candidates? 3, 4, 5, 6, running for Senate, running for this, vote for him, vote for that, attorney general, governor. Someone tell me that. And again, this is the modern day. Because I do believe in the United Farm Workers. I'm keeping this real. That's maybe rubbing some people the wrong way, but some people are like, damn, they respect the fact that I'm a free thinker. And I'm going to speak what's on my corazón. Ain't no one pulling my strings. Let's keep it real. Their influence has dwindled substantially. And the power of persuasion also in the United Farm Workers is gone. Because now it's very clear that it's friends helping friends while the raza takes a back seat to them. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. You don't think they can infiltrate the United Farm Workers? I'm just saying, you go to their page. How about coming with a message of objectivity, unbiased? How about this? Before I give you my endorsement, I'm going to bring you in front of the people for the people to hear you out. Let the people ask you questions. I want logical answers to how things are going to improve our lives. Is that too much to ask for? Or like this, they do a little deal behind the scenes. The United Farm Workers are probably, friends help friends. It's time for that Christmas kickback, allegedly. And guess what? We got all of your candidates on our IG page, and we're going to endorse them all. Here we are. Vendidos? I'll leave that up to you. Anyways. Hijo de su madre, man. Man on fire, that's right. Okay, I'm just saying something. Some people agree, some people don't, man. Some people hate. Or they come in my DMs, he says, Agüitan for me speaking my mind. Guess what? This ain't 3 years ago where the raza had no backbone. Because all of a sudden they started making rap songs and this and that. And if you said something the contrary, you'd be the what? The black sheep of the family? Hell no. Unemployment, like they lied the other day right on national TV and said we got the lowest unemployment currently. That's a straight lie from the pits of hell. telling you straight to your face so you could buy it again. So you could believe it. You don't think they're professional liars? They're professional liars behind that pulpit every 4 years or 2 years, the governors, just to tell you what you want to hear. He's not a bad guy. Yeah, he's 98. Weekend at Bernie's. Sitting in a beach chair. Weekend at Bernie's. Pinchinino America. Man, I'm just saying, gente, who's the party? Let's keep this real. Who's the party then? Now sounding like a politics show. Let's politic. Now let's politic, I guess. Who's the party that 100% was against abolition? Who? Again, who's the party that was 100% for? This is just knowledge that a lot of people don't have when they go up and say, oh, that vato on the ballot, it says Lopez. Let's vote for Lopez. And the motherfucker Lopez wants your taxes to go to like 40%, wants to defund the placas, but is living good in his country club estate from the salary he got. And he talks a good one because guess what he got? Mouthpiece. See, that's one thing when you grew up in the hood. I could tell a smoke screen. I can tell if there's a filter behind the filter. We got a PhD in body language. That's just the way it was. We knew when someone was fake. Right when they stepped in our presence. They ain't for us. Who's also the party that the hate group, La Triple K, I'm going to say it. I'm going to knock this video down. La KKK. What party did that group come from and which party defended them until times changed? O sea, civil rights. And people started speaking up and getting a backbone and saying no more oppression for the gente. Not just the negros. I'm talking about the Chicanos too. Because this is Chicano Tube. Live on Chicano Street. Whose party is that? The Black Brothers, on the first thing that I said, abolition, that's enough to just, their light turns on and be like, fuck them. My bad, excuse my language. They're all against that. And then they took out Abraham Lincoln. Different times. People are going to argue different times. But I can't believe anyone that's going to tell me that America ain't got no black eyes. You're lying through your damn teeth. Every country got their smudges and their black eyes in their history. They don't put it all out there. They put a system out there that they want you to learn and conform to. And now some of us are so gullible just what the television's telling us. Oh, sí, Jorge Ramos dijo. That sounds like back in the day when we used to watch Walter. Remember the horoscope guy? El Walter. Oh, es que dijo Walter. Es que dijo Walter. So, because Walter says it. No, man. We got modern day Chicanos on YouTube. We got the Chicano Hour with Miss Chicano Tube spitting nothing but facts. Talking, we got the people behind us. We don't need 1 million people. We just need a few thousand Spartans. And we're going to get the job done. We're going to spread this message. And whoever's going to jump on is going to jump on. It is what it is. Because that's also the party that got extensive history of muscling up votes. Rigging shit. And that's the party that says the rules are for thee, but not for me. How you like them apples? Someone let me know. Randy Jean is in the casa. That's right. I appreciate you, amiga. Subscribe over to Randy Jean's channel. It's a vibe. Hit her avatar. Subscribe over to Randy Jean's channel. It's a vibe. Been meaning to jump on there. I got to jump on there, amiga. That's right, Ernesto Ruiz, my boy. I don't know why you're not wrenched up. You got a wrench coming, cabron. Oh, man, it's already 5 minutes. Wow. Did y'all see that interview with Bill Maher Ice Cube did? Someone sent me a clip. It was crazy what Ice Cube said. Think about this, though. I want to leave you guys with something to think about. You know, not just, this ain't just doing backflips and juggling like some kind of circus show. I'm going to give you guys something to think about. Ice Cube said elites are funding rap And why? So they can keep minorities in the ghettos and on a lower scale in society, economically and socially. This is what Ice Cube said. So when you think about it, and all you see is rap videos of people trying to drive fancy cars, earn fast cash. Obviously, that's not like long-term career cash. Earn fast cash and do drugs. They got a culture of doing drugs, and that's all they're promoting. And strategically, it's not a coincidence, they put the liquor stores on every single corner in the ghetto. There's liquor stores. There's more liquor stores than there is regular stores. So Ice Cube, that makes you think, gente. They're funding it. When you see a music video last time, and these little girls, not trying to grow up to be women of standards and morals, but instead are trying to grow up to be baddies. I'm saying this is the culture that's getting put out there now. Be very, very careful if you got children and pull the pinchy plug if you can. Ice Cube said that, and I said, you know what? It sounds like some old stories that I heard of all of a sudden pallets of firearms come up in the neighborhoods. And who dropped them off? Oh, man, you guys don't want to talk about that. You guys don't want to talk about that. Someone send me a clip real quick. We're going to wrap up right now, man. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe, man. Chicano Tube live on Chicano Street. March 2nd. Don't blink. Stories versus EBK. I just want to get it over with. Let's just throw the chingazos. Let the bell ring. Let the entrances happen. Let the gente get their money. It's worth. That's all I want. And I want to see it with my beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife, looking beautiful by my side. Sas. Adam22, someone said, is he stirring up the raza? What do you think? No, not at all, gente. Adam22, stirring up the raza? Not at all. But Mike, you don't think the white... Gente, he's just looking for innovative ways to go viral again. He's hooked on going viral. He wants to put viral in a needle and slam it. That's what he wants to tie himself off every single day and get to cooking up some viral content, put that in the jeringa, and fix it every single day. That was a bad analogy, my bad. But putting out hits... Putting out hits, Adam22, never that. Far from that. What juice does he got? When he gets mad and looks in the camera, that's just to go viral. So putting out hits is just another innovative way, I guess, of something to talk about. Make him something to talk about. And guess who's talking about him? People like me. But that's enough. This ain't the Adam channel. This ain't the Whack channel. This ain't the Swifty Blue channel. This is none of that. This is where we get to a really, really good conversation channel. How about that? All right, lastly, there was a youngster that came out. Someone sent me a clip. Peso came out and said, what do you think about Peso coming out? What I like when Chicanos get out, and hopefully they could be productive and finally turn it around. Because like Chito Ranas, guess what they did with him? They picked him up at the gates and started partying. And guess what they're doing with Peso? Same thing. Same thing. He's already on the MD 2020 doing videos. Going to see how many songs he's going to go through. And I hope he makes it. I really do. I hope the right people can get around Chito Ranas when he gets out the next time. But I also understand when you're in the world of having ops, I understand. You're going to be all in 100. I'm not. I'm a businessman. So that's where I keep it. So I actually like his hair too. It came out Chicano style. He came out with a little hairnet on. I'm like, good, finally, maybe a little bit of Chicano estilo still exists. Every song, though, the N-word is like in every single bar. I guess I'm going to end it on this. It's 8 o'clock, man. Let me give you my thoughts on saying the N-word as a Chicano. Okay, let me give you those thoughts. And then we're going to end it right now. Now, it's going to come from a place of maybe what you would consider old school, or, definitely was taught this because this is the environment that I was around. So you could have your own perspective. Oh, but that's not where we grew up around. Well, you know what? Forget where you grew up around. How about making your parents and grandparents and great-grandparents proud? How about that? How about caring about them and your ancestry and leaving a legacy that's similar? No. People, the youngsters, real quick to say, well, it's because where I grew up at. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll leave it alone at that. But me and my friends, if anyone would have ever said the N-word, anytime, it would have automatically stopped and halted the party. Like when you grab the vinyl and everyone would have turned their head because it was that. It was something that was inappropriate. We didn't use it. It wasn't in our language. Why don't they bring back the essay instead? I don't know. I'm just saying. But then you can say that too, and then it boxes you. Then you sound like a Chicano rapper, and I know the goal is to go mainstream, because how's the goal not to get the biggest bag? The goal is to get the biggest bag. So I'm not for saying that word. Never have, never will. Never going to be a proponent of saying it, and not going to hold anyone against it. They can say what they want. It's a free country. I'm not going to say it. All right, man. We're going to let that one go. Hora de Diablo, I appreciate you. Mikey, that upstate Sureño rapper, Gravedigger, needs to get checked. Damn. That's another way to go viral, cabron. I mean, again, going viral is you want the attention, right? You want the attention. Hate them, love them. They don't care. These people know that going viral is how you make a brand and you push it. And some people do need a little bit of spotlight. Someone sent me a clip. I'm going to end it on this, you guys, of AC. And I guess he had said, no, none of the homies should go over there. And he's talking about Adam 22's channel. To each his own. I respect what he said. But let me tell you, real ones don't get many opportunities in this life. If a bag comes knocking on the door to a real one, and he's a real one, he's going to understand how much value this has and how much value trying to please you has. And I'm going to end it like that, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Hey, I'll see you guys this Friday night. Happy Valentine's Day, but most of all, happy Valentine's Day to the beautiful, sexy executive producer, Miss Chicano Tube, that lets me come on here. She lets me come on here and chop it up with you guys. Man, we got into a good one. We played the video from Virgilio. You guys must have forgot that I spoke about him in the holidays, but now we deep dove in it. And 3 or 4 other things real interesting. But hey, let's wrap this up live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. I'm going to see you guys on Friday night, man. Hit that like on your way out, and I'll check you guys out back on Chicano Street this Friday night. I appreciate you guys. Remember what I always say, though, the most important thing, gente, the most important thing, mi raza, in the end, all you got is the memories.